I could not lay flat. I either sat up with my legs out in front of me, or if I had my back down, I had to have pillows under me because there was no way. I had no rotation at all left in my hips. So I was in constant pain. I was lucky to sleep 3 or 4 hours at a stretch. I had 24/7 pain. I couldn't walk without holding on to something. And eventually I started using crutches. So for 3 years, the past 3 years before my surgery, I was on crutches for everything. I could not walk anywhere without holding on something because I could put absolutely no pressure on my joints at all, nothing. Everything I've ever done in my life has been walking. I've waitressed, I've worked as a custodian at the college, and just everything I did was on my feet. So it was hard for me to now not be able to do anything at all. My little granddaughter Bailey, the youngest one, I took care of her from the day she was born. And it was okay in the beginning because I could hold her in my arms and walk from one room to the other as long as I had something to hold on to. As she got older, I'd put her in a little stroller and push her from one room to the next. I'd put her in her high chair and push her from the high chair into the bedroom and pick her out and put her in the crib because I couldn't carry her. I couldn't do anything. Well, I had been to several doctors here over the years, and they all said, this is not a life-threatening situation, and you will at some point know when you reach the point that you will decide to do it. And I reached that point. I just couldn't stand it. I just felt like I could do nothing. My life was worth nothing as far as fun. Just doing the simple things. Standing to do dishes hurt. I finally just saw my primary caregiver, and I just told him, I'm having a nervous breakdown. And he said, why don't we talked about, because he knew that I eventually had to do my hips. And I had said, I know I'll never do it unless I can have them both done at the same time, because I'm afraid I'll never go back to have the second one done. And he said, why don't I see what we can do about having you talk to Dr. Presutti, because if anybody can help you, I think he will probably be the one that could do that. Dr. Presutti was so caring and listened to my story. He listened. He knew what my fears were, and he understood it, and he really made me feel okay, that I would be all right, that things would be okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. He went from start to finish. He told me from the anesthesia right on through what I would go through and how long the surgery would be and the recovery time and what I would have to do. And so I said, okay, let's just do it. Your incision, that's the only thing, is tender. That part of your body is tender. But as far as the joint pain, there's nothing. I have physical therapy. They start you right off that next day. They get you up and you're walking, you're out there doing it. But oh my gosh, the physical therapists were wonderful. They start you out with exercises on the bed, moving, just all different things. And then eventually I could use a walker for a while, and then eventually you could move on to crutches if you needed them or whatever. But I really didn't. I went so quickly. We'd go outdoors and I'd walk down my steps and down my driveway, and it was within 2 weeks I was walking. My husband and I are walking 2 and 3 miles a day. I just had my 50th class reunion from high school this past summer, and it's a 3-day big bash for us. And the parade route is 2 miles, and I walked it. So there's nothing I can't do. I love it. We play outdoors. We had a garden this summer, swinging. We go to the park. Anything that you would ordinarily do, we do. We never ever see ourselves getting old. We never do. And because I've always been such an active person, I don't care what the years are, as long as I can keep on keeping on, So I couldn't for those 3 years. I just couldn't do anything, and it was just so frustrating for me. I used Cheshire Med because I've lived here for 30-something years now, and always been involved in, my doctors always have been here. I had my last baby at this hospital, and they were great. They were fabulous for that, and I've just always felt comfortable and at ease. I just absolutely love Dr. Presutti and his nurse Mark. Oh my gosh, they are the whole department is fabulous, but he's the best as far as I'm concerned. I just absolutely love him. 2 years since I had it done. And this past 2 years have been, I have to say, the best of my life.